World leaders, diplomats, delegates, and observers have been sharing their own impressions online as well. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, said, "Thanks to the wonderful people of South Africa and the government of South Africa for organizing the summit." The Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva, praised South Africa's incredible hospitality. Germany's Chancellor Friedrich Merz posted, "In a difficult international environment, it is important to preserve the G20 as a forum for global coordination and to firmly integrate Africa. Thank you for your hospitality and ambitious presidency in these turbulent times."
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 360 experience with myself, Thomas Mabaso. So guys, I hear that yesterday the president was addressing the nation, talking about the G20 summit and blowing the smoke up their behinds, congratulating themselves about the good work that they have done hosting the G20 summit. And speaking of the G20, I want us to look at this video. There's a video that I want to share with you. This is Penuel, the Black Pen. He speaks about the G20 summit and how these things are not going to serve ordinary South Africans, and if there were to be any benefits, the only people that are going to benefit are the politicians, Ramaphosa and his friends. And guys, I want you to actually watch this video because it's quite interesting, and after watching this video, I want you to tell me what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button, and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye bye.
Rest in peace, man, to Huma Sayela, and shout out to his song Tumamina. I was triggered and upset listening to Cyril Ramaphosa referencing that song and saying Tumamina. And it would be in the years to come where some of us would realize that he didn't sing that song for ordinary South Africans. He was singing that song for the people that fund him. He was singing that song for his business associates. He was singing that song for people that make him richer. To say, send me Tumamina to go and keep the poor black masses passive. Tumamina to make sure that minority wealth is kept in the same hands, and that the dirty fingers of Zuma, the Guptas, the radical economic transformation guys, etc., the East, China and the likes are not coming in to come and destabilize your wealth. Tumamina, send me as your bodyguard, as your manchingelane, as your security guard, to make sure that everything is as it should be, and the incumbents are not disturbed. It is with this backdrop that I cannot, like other South Africans, celebrate the G20 Leadership Summit, the B20 Summit in South Africa, and applaud Cyril Ramaphosa, the Government of National Unity, and others for hosting it. Because as much as it was a great event, no incidents, the world leaders were welcomed very hospitably. The country, at least in the parts that they were going to see, was clean, that sorted out the roads, the lights were working, security was sorted, everything was almost immaculate. And the world leaders were well treated, they were well hosted, and they left speaking praises of South Africa, speaking praises of Cyril Ramaphosa, speaking praises of the hospitality. And then ordinary South Africans applauded Cyril, applauded the ANC, the GNU, some even going in so far as saying, hey, maybe you should give this guy another chance. This guy has potential. The mayor of Johannesburg, Dada Morero, under the ANC, would also be applauded for the amazing work done in a very short space of time, fixing roads, cleaning up spaces, getting rid of whatever, for the optics, for the aesthetics, so that our visitors see a beautiful city. Cyril was putting on a show. The Government of National Unity was putting on a show. The mayor of Johannesburg were putting on a show for the people that represent the wealthy that actually have a stake in this country. There's something deeply disturbing about your mother and your father who abuse you every day, who don't feed you, who whip you before you go to bed, who keep you from going to school, who give you torn clothes to wear. And as soon as visitors come through, again, they whip you and they force you to wash the dishes, clean the house, dust everything. They do a quick makeshift attempt at hiding the fault of the house, the leaking roof, the broken things, the plumbing. They bring in tools and things for the visitors. We see this normally when there's going to be lobolo negotiations, when families are coming through for Thanksgiving. There's a quick clean. Grass is cut. They bring in a gardener, things are painted, etc. And then the visitors come in, they're like, oh my gosh, what a beautiful home. And the children today are dressed in beautiful clothing that was borrowed, that's going to be given back the day after. The makeup is used to cover the lashings of the whip. Everything looks like it's working, and everyone who came to visit is eating the most yummiest meal. Even though sadly you are told to go to your room where again you go to sleep hungry. I cannot celebrate that bullshit. And I cannot sit quietly and watch other South Africans get us to celebrate bullshit. Cyril Ramaphosa is brilliant. Not just him. The government at large, most politicians, our business leaders, they're brilliant at doing the best for the people with money. They will make sure that everything is up to scratch, that Bree Street is fixed, even though it had been a fucking bomb, a terrorist attack replica for years. They will remove the people, the foreigners that are selling second-hand clothes at Plain Street near Wanderers and Noord. They will plant trees. They will clean the streets. They will make sure that electricity is working. Not for you, South Africans. Fuck you. Who the fuck cares about you that wakes up every morning, sits in traffic, works really hard, pays their rates, pays their taxes, and you are the so-called voters. They don't care about you. You're the dirty Cinderella that must be hidden in the back. And they do it not because they want to do it for you. They do it for themselves. When Cyril travels around the world racking up debt, billions of dollars in debt for renewable energy, for whatever, it's not for you. If this was the case, man, under Thabo Mbeki's presidency, under economic growth in South Africa, we would have seen income inequality shift. We would have seen schools being built, high quality schools. We would have seen black poverty ending. We would have seen the dismantling of townships. But from 1994 to today, 2025, things have gotten worse. Income inequality, we're at the highest in the world. Our unemployment levels are amongst the highest in the world. Income inequality amongst black people has grown much higher. Minority wealth. White people have never made so much money in their lives since 1994. They made more money now under democracy than they did under apartheid. Land has not been redistributed to the people. The fraction that has been done is not a good job. Skills institutions have been destroyed and closed. Education is hollow. There are no jobs. Social grant recipients have increased from about 11 million to 28 million today. So when people applaud Cyril, it is your siblings applauding your parents for hosting visitors who actually only come to your home to feast, to exploit you. And as soon as they leave, you best believe that your parents will go back to being abusive, to not feeding you, to seeing you as lesser than. So please excuse me from the bullshit from the mainstream media and other voices who are asking us to applaud. Does this mean when these people came here, we should have torn things up and we should have destroyed it? No, I'm not even saying that. Because again, if you're a child that's a victim of abuse, I'm not saying when visitors come through, you must stab them. I'm not saying that. I've just got an issue with the fact that we are being made to see what the government can't do. They can do it, but just not for you, because you're not important. They can do it for rich people, and they can do it for the ambassadors and the representatives and the puppets of rich people from the nations where they come from, but they will not do it for you. So when Cyril Ramaphosa again quoted Tumamina by Huma Segela, Huma Segela sang that song as a struggle song to say, send me to go and fight for this country. Send me to go and learn how to be a guerrilla soldier, to fight for the liberation of my people. Send me to help my people. He wasn't saying send me to go and speak to the global powers so that I can become a new oppressor of my people. So for that reason, I cannot celebrate. And I can't even celebrate the G20. They did what they came to do for themselves. But it's not for the benefit of ordinary South Africans, for the benefit of ordinary Africans and other developing nations. And I'd rather we focus on conversations that are going to help us build for us, for ourselves, and not this bullshit charade that we're being made to watch and talk about endlessly while we have real problems in our families and communities that those guys don't give a fuck talking about. Drugs, alcohol, online gambling, poverty, and. They don't care about that. We need to care about that, and we need to do something about it. Penuel the Black Pen.